So our next target is directly below us, but just what are we going to do to him? Well, first we're going to miss the most ideal opportunity we had. Then we're going to get his attention. Put him somewhere we want him. And wait. When you're unarmed and you block an opponent, if you get the timing right, you steal their weapon and kill them with it. And it is, of course, one of our challenges. In fact, the only challenge remaining is to stealth kill 9 enemies. So we've practically completed our challenges already. Got a little overconfident. Forgot the stealth requirements. But our new trick has served us well once again. In this way, we could effectively kill everything in this entire level without ever drawing our sword. However, there's a drawback to disarming enemies. The more you do it, the more difficult it becomes. The timing becomes much tighter. So we're best off sticking with our stealth kills. Another golden perch. We know what that means now.
6 families, 6 legions, 6 as one. Versed of ancient tongue, the realm of darkness begs thee. 5 of death, 1 of souls, for a living soul shall feed the birth of the dead.
Interesting, if completely incomprehensible. Surely this will tie in with our story in some way. Remains to be seen how, though. We can see an armed opponent leaving the scene. See if we can catch where he's going. Nope, he's long gone. That does mean he's in the part of his patrol where we can approach the ladder that we need to get to. Yep, if we'd waited just a few seconds longer, he would have returned and spotted us. Break him. Liquidate. We've earned access to a health rune and a great big open room with enemies clearly waiting for us. They're facing away, so maybe we can... Nope. Stealth is not an option here. The disarm remains an option, of course, which is lucky because I did not approach armed, having just completed that stealth segment. That's about the only thing that's lucky, though. This fight is very tough. My best bet is usually to single out an opponent, try to destroy them before anyone else can approach. Becomes easier as the fight goes along. In the beginning, though, you just get beaten to a pulp. Once the tides start to turn in your favor, they generally continue going that way, though. And eventually, thanks to the health capacity rune immediately before this room, you can usually survive long enough to kill everybody. It does behoove you to make very calculated use of the focus beam throughout that encounter, though. Now, the focus beam you may recall being used in a bizarre commercial where a man in a woman's self-defense class gets frustrated with being their target dummy, sweeps the focus beam across all the ladies, and beats them all up. I saw that commercial a million times and never associated it with this game until much later, because it's so tonally dissimilar to anything in the Mark of Kree. Kuzo has spotted for us a hornblower. He's on a very long patrol path, so I want to catch him before he reaches the end and starts returning. Unfortunately, I've made the mistake that I always seem to make exactly once. Forgot to sheath my sword after that large melee. And it's gotten me caught. Exactly what I didn't want to happen after being softened up by that last large group. But things are looking up for us. Now we're all set with a fair fight. And problem solved. Running very low on health though, so stealth is going to be even more important up ahead. And beyond this door lies the last leg of our journey through the cave. Which Rao is going to handle by himself. Our input is not required here. As he's done so, night has fallen. Our last few stealth kills are going to be done under the cover of darkness. And with archers about. I mentioned that wall kills are particularly useful because they put you in cover before and after performing them. This is especially true when there are archers in the area. Significantly reduces your chances of being spotted by the archers, and if you have been spotted, it puts you out of danger from their arrows. If any of the archers in this area are at their roost as you're passing by, they will simply begin firing upon you. They won't alert anyone else to your presence. They will simply attempt to make your life harder and shorter. With our health as low as it is, they would be very successful at that task. Yet again marring the lovely scenery with strewn corpses. This spot should be very simple for us to take with stealth, but failure to do so is very dangerous. We'd end up fighting these two tough enemies, with the archer always firing on us. Naturally, by this point, should be no hassle whatsoever to avoid that, though. Getting caught on the fire simply stopped us from collecting a scroll that we can't collect anyway. It's the first one we have to leave behind. And this appears to be our 9th stealth kill. Okay, enough of the interruptions. Just get to the beheading. There's the sniper guard in the first area we passed by. And we know we passed another roost along the way. So it's got to be up here to our left. Yep, there he is. Now, snipers are pretty much defenseless once you've gotten in melee range. They've got pathetic health and no defensive capabilities whatsoever. It's usually just getting there that's the problem. We've graced this 3rd archer with the Wedgie of Death. Here's another extremely simple area that, if you fail, becomes almost impossibly difficult. But of course, why would you fail? Oh hey, the Chuku. Almost forgot these were a thing. This archer's doing a very bad job guarding. And paid dearly for it. I do not like the looks of this. Not only do they have massive numbers, larger numbers than we've ever seen before, this guy in the very back has a new weapon. I have no idea what to expect from him. So all we can really do is max out our health, whip out our sword, get ready for a battle. That's not a good start. Sticking your sword into stone structures is a brief distraction. Hitting wood really opens you up to a counterattack. If you have the choice, stick near stone, or ideally, in as open an area as possible. Really keeps you aware of your environment as you're battling. Some people in the thread have already noted that this game has a vaguely similar combat style to that of Batman Arkham Asylum. I certainly wouldn't think that Asylum had any inspiration taken from this game. It seems like they both had their own solution to the problem of keeping an action hero outnumbered, yet still very formidable. It's all different ways to make very visually impressive grand melees, over which the player still maintains some degree of control. Trading blows with a large guy. Finally took care of him. And the other one's still giving us a lot of trouble. Can't wait to activate that Enforcer. Alright, he's on us. Let's get as ready as we can. He's got some kind of spear/staff that he's attacking us with, using it more as a blunt instrument than anything else. And if the last group was defensive, he's 10 times as much. Luckily, still as susceptible to the sweeping attack as anyone else. And indeed, that was very lucky. That fight can drag on for an extremely long time.
It felt good to help those in need. Upon his return, my master was blessed by the cleric, a happy man keen to return home. Who knows if the gods now look down on Rao with favor? Time would show that he would need all the help he could get. Tapuroku gave Rao a fine bow, a powerful weapon capable of silently striking from a great distance. My master knew this gift would have an important role in his future adventures.
And the cleric was as good as his word. And the cleric was as good as his word. Our hard-fought prize is going to serve us well. We've been lucky not to see just how deadly bows can be. But ours is going to bring with it a whole new slew of mechanics. And it's going to prove essential in carving our path to victory in our next adventure.